Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Planescape Torment. We are in the Fortress of Regrets on the negative material plane. And, actually it's a negative energy plane, but, whatever. More of the, shadows have, spawned, and I am not exactly sure where we are supposed to be going now. Let's go ahead and ignore them for now. Don't seem to be too many, but I'm a little bit worried about them actually respawning. Aha! There we go. What?
I'm gone.
Ignus? Ignus, what are you doing? Sounding stone. This dark stone is covered in dust, as if it had been sitting here for years. It looks like a piece of one of the statues that was chipped away. A tracery of strange runes and markings cover the stone's surface. It feels strangely familiar somehow. Well, I can use it. Examine the stone while Ignus is on the other side of me, preparing to attack. As you touch the stone, a mouth appears on the side and begins speaking. In your voice, it echoes as if speaking within a great chamber. Dakan, Mort, Zachariah, Dayanara, it is I. I have placed a minor messaging enchantment on the stone. Listen to it fully, then do as I say. The voice takes a breath. It sounds irritated. I don't know how we got separated, but I think the portal that brought us here divided us. It's only a minor setback. When you find the stone, stay with it until I can rejoin you. Based on my divinations, this fortress is the size of several cities. The less you move around, the easier it is for me to find you. The voice takes another breath, then becomes more detached, as if surveying something and speaking about it. I fought my way through the first of the vaults. This place is filled with shadows, way too many to keep fighting. If you encounter any, run before they swarm you. They're much tougher than the other shadows we encountered before. I think the energies of the plane fed them somehow, make them stronger. Feed them somehow. The voice takes another breath. There were a series of great war relics within the vault that shifted me from the place to place. I managed to lure the shadows to each machine, then shift while they swarmed where I had been. It bought me some time enough to escape. Once I had tripped 4 relics, it opened a portal out. The voice pauses, as if something just occurred to the speaker. Yeah, that would not have worked for me, because they would have shredded my face. It strikes me now that the vault I came from might be some strange sort of gatehouse. The relics seem to seal it off from both the inside and the outside of the fortress. Whatever built this place likes keeping the shadows under guard so they can't run loose. The shadows don't have any substance, so they wouldn't be able to use the machines to escape the vault. I'll have to think about that some more. No matter, I'm in a room with a great crystal in it, and I'm going to examine it more closely before moving on. The voice pauses as if the speaker is looking around. There are 5 statues in the room, and they look like me. They look old, too, like they've been here for some time. As for the crystal, it doesn't seem like it belongs in the fortress, and its size and shape reminds me of something I've read in the annals. Some sort of dimensional prism that segments the soul. I don't think it's a coincidence the portal from the main vault teleported me here. I think the crystal's a trap, so don't touch it until we're together again. I mean it, Mort. I'm going to try and find you all now. If you find this reader stone, do not move from this spot, or I may never find you. I have left some supplies for you in the base of one of the statues. Don't waste them. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to find our enemy and get out, and we may need those supplies later. I'll see you all soon. Let the stone fall silent. Leave me alone for a second. Well, how convenient. Heart charms. Alright, so, Bloodfly charm. That will be, good. Of course, the bone charm be good, and so will the Charcoal Charm. Let's see if I can actually talk to you. Infernal Shield. Nope. What are you casting on me? Oh god. Run away! Ignus's Fury. Ow. Save versus spell. It's not nice. Ow. Use. 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 Tongues of Flame. Alright. Cone of Cold. I did not actually mean to do that. Okay, not sure how much damage that did overall to him, but Magic Missile. Ice Knife. Keep hitting the Q button by accident because it's right next to tab. So Ignus is injured. What else can I cast on you? Ooh, I should cast that. Alright, this might heal him, but I'm gonna try it. Infernal Orb. That's what I want. Okay, seriously, that was like nothing. Okay, I seem to be kind of immune to his fire abilities right now. I'm hitting, but I'm not doing any damage. Alright, that's... I don't like that. I don't really want to use up a spell like this. Well, I did a lot of damage to him. And he's confused, so he's not attacking me or anything. Well, he's not... 32,000! I have no idea what he just said. The statue... This looks like a statue of you. Its arms are crossed, and it glares straight ahead. This might be a statue of you, but the face is a ruined mass, and you can't be certain. This looks like a statue of you, and it's staring at the center of the room with a disdainful expression. This looks like a statue of you. One hand is clutching its right shoulder, as if wounded. This is a statue of you. It is holding its hand over its heart, and its mouth is open as if making a speech. I can quick save. What do we have here? This huge crystal radiates a pulsating spectral light as it hovers above the crater in the middle of the room. The rhythm of its pulses remind you of a heartbeat, but slow and sickly. I wonder if I would have fought Ignus if he had been in my party. That would have been kind of crappy. Light from the crystal touches the edges of the room like fingers, each ray of light casting a glow on the ruined faces of the statues surrounding it. I'll leave the crystal alone for now. Can I rest? It's too dangerous to rest here. No. Alright. Let's quick save again. I really don't have much choice other than to touch the crystal. There's a moment of dizziness as you touch the crystal. Then a slow chill passes through your body and you discover that your muscles have locked, your hand frozen to the crystal's surface. There is a moment of silence, then sharp pains splinter through your body like fractures. You feel as if your very being has been turned to ice, then shattered. Fall into darkness. Oh my god, quintuplets! Actually, it wouldn't be quintuplets. Good incarnation. He has awakened. Practical incarnation. Finally, I thought I would die again waiting for him to rise. Paranoid incarnation. Perhaps you will still die. Never forget I watch you thieves, you killers. Killers all three of you. Have a care how you speak to me, you deranged wreck. It was fortunate to reach here with all those traps you scattered throughout the plains. I swear, if I could have crossed the years to put you out of your misery, The two of you be silent. Let us make sure he is all right and save the arguments for later. Who are you all? Why the hell's he's lost his memories? Damnation, he's useless to us now. Calm yourself. He's only disoriented, as we all were. Give him a moment to get his bearings. You are all thieves wearing my body, and you will give it back. I'm at the limits of my patience with your howling. Be silent, or this arguing avails us nothing. Give him his space. Leave him be. Time is no longer in our favor. I will not stand here and squander another moment while our adversary is no doubt hunting for us. We waited long enough for him to awaken. I will speak to him now. The man before you resembles you, but he carries himself more like a force than a man. His eyes are watching you carefully, and as you study him, you feel him studying you. So, it has come to this. Who are you? I will not surrender my name to you, or any man. The man's voice is rough, like yours, and it rings strangely in your ears. As for who I am, you should be asking yourself that. Are you one of my incarnations? Yeah, you are one of my incarnations. You made it here, with my clues to guide you. We are separate incarnations? How is that possible? The incarnation is silent for a moment, then his expression changes to contempt. If there is anything I hated about you, it is your countless questions, your desperate fumbling for meaning and answers. The man's voice is like a hatchet, and anger flickers across his features. The time for questions is past. Now you will listen to me. I was the first to breach this fortress, and whatever it is that awaits us here, was somehow able to defeat me. It will not best me a second time. You sound as if you intend to fight whatever it is that lurks here. The man gives you a strange look, then studies you. Of course. That's the only reason we're speaking now. I'll need you to be the shell, but your mind must be my mind. Do you understand me? You mean you intend to possess me?
Updated my journal.
Yes. He glances around at the spiked walls, then turns back to face you. We cannot leave this place in pieces. Only one may leave. How are we to become one? You must surrender your will to me. Your knowledge and skills, whatever little you've managed to accumulate in your life, may prove useful. He sizes you up again. It ultimately will be but a fraction of my power, but it might have its uses. And if I choose not to surrender my will to you? How do I surrender my will? Yet you came here previously and were defeated. If you're one of my incarnations, then I have questions for you. Let me get my bearings first, then we'll speak again. If you're one of my incarnations, then I have questions for you. I will indulge you, but only for a little while. You were the one who saved Dakan at Shrocht Lore, and the one who led Dayanara to her death. The man's eyes narrow. What of it? All of it was done with a purpose. You gave Dakan the Unbroken Circle of Zerthamon. Why? The Unbroken Circle? That collection of lies? Yes, it was a week's worth to forge such a thing. It was necessary to make it so that he would cease doubting himself. You made it? But you told him. Perhaps they carry some truth, I know not. I know that they were tedious writings, but the words were enough to give him faith. Why? Your ignorance astounds me. The man looks incredulous. Can it be that you do not know what he carries in his hand? That blade he carries is shaped by his thoughts. Such a tool, when used properly, could slay the multiverse itself. The man looks lost in thought, then his face sneers in disgust. Though obviously the Gith became separated when we arrived at the fortress, and I was unable to make use of his blade. The man frowns. Unfortunate. There is something else I would know. Oh my lord. Oh my lord! Good lord! I guess I know what I'm doing for the rest of this episode. You were the one who led Dayanara to her death. The man's eyes near. What was the purpose of saving Dakon at Tract Lore? Okay, it's the same thing. Oh, they're showing up here. Why did Dayanara have to die? Dayanara? That girl had little sense of the planes in her. And that was what I needed her for. You see, the Dustmen have it right. Sometimes when you feel too much passion, you cling too tightly to life to let go. And neither did Dayanara, as I hoped she would. That woman, that ghost? The hunched man's eyes well up in fury, and spittle flies from his mouth. She tormented me for years, pursuing me, hating me, and you were the one that killed her? The incarnation barely even glances at the Howling One and merely sneers. You blaming me for anything is laughable. He turns back to you. It wasn't out of malice, though she did become tiresome. It's just that when I arrived in the fortress, I didn't intend to stay. I just wanted to get in, sacrifice her, then get out. The third incarnation speaks softly, but he sounds pained. Why did you do such a terrible thing? I needed someone to be my eyes in here on the negative material plane, to serve as a scout and try and find out who my killer was. Only the dead can survive here for long, so Dayanara had to be sacrificed so that she could become something other than she was. A tricky business, but it worked. She helped you, didn't she? Didn't have to kill her. He looks at you silently for a moment, then his sneer returns. And that is why you will be defeated when you confront our killer. It is because you are weak. And you do not see that some things are necessary. That wasn't necessary. It was convenient for you. You should have looked for other solutions. You dare call me weak? You orchestrated all these grand plans for defeating this invisible enemy, and you got your ass handed to you anyway. And some poor girl was murdered because of it. Maybe if you'd done your job the first time you were here, you wouldn't have. This wouldn't even be a problem. Oh, I'm totally going for that one. You dare lecture me? Women have always walked our path with us, whether Dayanara or Ravel or any other woman, and they have suffered, and it is always their choice. Dayanara would have died for me if I asked her to. There was no crime. I won't discuss it with you any longer. There are other things I would know. Tell me about Zachariah. The archer? Well, sudden Zachariah could see things with his eyes that I couldn't, and he could hit them with his arrows, too. So? Well, I was walking into this fortress blind in some ways. I didn't know what my killer was, so I needed someone who could see things. Who could see things I couldn't in case the enemy was beyond my visual range. He snorts. Zachariah ended up dying too fast, though, so he wasn't any use in the end. Other things I would know. Are you the one who taught Ignus the art? Ignus? The man stares at you, then frowns. Is that a name? Who the hells are you talking about? You've answered my question. There are other things I would know. You built that tomb beneath Sigil, didn't you? The one with the traps? I'd almost forgotten. Yes, what a waste that was. The incarnation seems irritated. Obviously, that didn't work. And it cost a lot of blood and coin, too. Worthless! The second incarnation breaks into uneven laughter. But it's more gleeful than mad. It was easy to breach that child's trap. I found it and changed it to make it harder. Changed the writings. First incarnation frowns at the second. He looks like he is barely restraining himself from attacking the other. Yet another thing you will answer for. He turns back to you. Though I suppose it doesn't matter. It was shortly after the failure of the tomb trap that I decided to carry the battle to our killer rather than wait for him to show any longer. Alright. Were you the one who pried Mort off the Pillar of Skulls? Is Mort still alive? The incarnation stares for a moment in disbelief. Then he starts laughing. That piking skull couldn't be trusted farther than I could throw him, claiming he had information when he didn't. Then I had to go through the torment of prying him off the Pillar of Skulls. Then he feigned ignorance once he was off of it. The incarnation scoffs. I humored him since he told me everything I needed from him. Feigned ignorance? Oh yes, the man smiles. Once a liar, always a liar. It takes a stronger mind than the skulls to give me the laugh, though. What was his game? What more did he have to lie about? The incarnation smirks. It is of no matter. Let the skull have his secrets. They are worthless to us. Alrighty. Who are these others? Other incarnations, reflections of ourselves. I will have them merge with me after I deal with you. He glances at the hunched incarnation who was howling when you first arrived. Or kill them if they refuse. It is of no matter. They are not necessary. How do I escape this place? You must surrender your will to me, your knowledge and... Okay, that's, I have questions for you. Were you responsible for the tattoos on my back? The ones I read when I woke up in the mortuary? The directions? He nods irritated. Of course I was responsible. I knew there was a chance I might fail here and lose my memories. I wanted future incarnations to benefit from some guidance. So I had the directions stitched onto my back, since such things, like journals, he snarls as if angry at himself, tend to be lost so easily. Directions were kind of vague, though. Are you a fool? The incarnation looks exasperated. The directions needed to be vague. I couldn't spell out exactly what was happening to us, so I left a signpost. What do you think could have happened if a dustman had read them? Or someone even more balmy? How quickly do you think we would have been buried alive or cremated? Very well. What about me seeking out Farad, though? Why him? Farad? The incarnation thinks for a moment. Oh, yes, the trash king with all the tough bloods that thought I was easy prey. He smiles slightly as if recalling a pleasant memory. After only a little bloodletting, I struck a bargain with him. He would see to it that if his men found me, they would take me safely to the mortuary. And, of course, I needed the eyes and hands of his men to scour the catacombs beneath Sigil for me. What for? A sphere. Made of bronze. Ugly. Feels like an egg to the touch, and it smells of rotten custard, right? Yes, I told Farad it was the only thing that would save his miserable life. What a sniveling little dodger he was. The incarnation smiles at you. You see, the old bastard was destined to end up on the Pillar of Skulls when he died, and he was desperately trying to weasel out of it. So I told him that there was an item beneath Sigil that would save him from his fate, if he could only find it. But it wouldn't save him. It was just something you wanted him to find. Of course it was useless to him. One cannot dodge fate so easily. He looks at you irritated. However, nothing motivates a man faster than telling him what he seeks will save his soul from eternal damnation. I intended to take it from him after he found it. It's just that searching for it myself would have taken too long. He smiles again. And why should I do it, when I could have someone else hunt for me? Actually, he ended up tricking me into finding it for him. Why was it so important? Important? Do you not know? The incarnation becomes silent for a moment. Do you have it with you? Yes, I do. I brought it with me. You have it? The incarnation's eyes flare. Then your life had some use after all. You will watch his eyes flicker as if thinking, calculating. When we merge, I will see about finding a means to unlock it. Perhaps all is not lost. What is the sphere? Why is it important? 96,000 experience points. It is a dead sensory stone. Do you know what it contains? He smiles eagerly. It holds the last experiences of the first of us, when we were one man and not a string of incarnations. His voice drops. If there's some way of unlocking it, I will be able to see inside his mind. And see why this all happened? Yes! The incarnation's face has become somber. It is the answer I've always sought. Why this happened? Why we became immortal. He studies you. When we merge, I will see about finding a means to unlock it. Perhaps all is not lost. The third incarnation interrupts. Perhaps there are no answers in such a thing. Perhaps there never was. I don't deal with the realms of perhaps and maybe. The first incarnation sneers. I seek answers. It is what has allowed us to get this far. He looks at the third incarnation with contempt. If we had left life in your hands, we wouldn't have even a fraction of the truth we now possess. And in that truth lies power. He turns to you. You will realize that when we merge. We shall see, but first there are other things I would know. I have nothing more to say for the moment. We'll speak again later.
I feel stronger.
Oh, hey, hello. Level up! Spell memorization abilities have improved. Saving throws have improved. 1 characteristic point gained, 1 hit point gained, 2 hit points from Constitution. Let's go ahead and bump up Wisdom. Alright, my Wisdom is now 25. If we get any more, I'll bump up Intelligence. And let's see, how much time do we have left? Not a whole lot. I'm full on hit points, so that's good. So we've got the good incarnation, and we've got the paranoid incarnation left to talk to. I think I will talk to them in the next episode. See you then.